Hey everybody, welcome back to Q2C VR Gamer, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Today we're going to unbox the Pico 4 headset. Let's check it out. Alright, so let's crack into this bad boy. I've waited a very long time to get my hands on a Quest, maybe alternative. Not that I have any problems with my Quest or my Quest Pro, but competition in the market is always a good thing. I get in this box. We'll have a quick look at the box first. It does have some of their more AAA titles on the back of the box. We've got DMAS, Elven Table Tennis, Warplanes Battles over Pacific, Real VR Fishing, Blade and Sorcery Nomad, Multi-Brush, which I guess is like Tilt Brush, After the Fall Launch Edition, Rec Room, Wands Alliances, and Cities VR are all games that they're touting on their store. So the box is kind of cool. It's a lidded box. It's not like the opening box like the Quest or Quest Pro. It's like molded plastic with a foam inside. You can feel the foam in there. Pretty smart. It's a reusable box for sure if you needed somewhere to store it. Wow, check that out. Controllers. Feels good, feels good. We'll just get everything out of the box first, and then we'll have a better look at everything. And the headset itself, which is crazy light. Holy crap. I heard how light it was, but it is extremely light. Wow, so this is a fitted band. You cannot replace the band. You can't replace the headset or the head strap. I kind of knew that was coming, but it kind of sucks. I'm all about customization. And there we go. So the head, the top strap is just a Velcro piece. Adjust it on the fly while you have it on, just to hold the headset up. But it is crazy light, and look at how well that is balanced, really. Even though, you know, it doesn't feel like there's a lot to it. I'm very speechless as to how little this weighs. We have the inside-out tracking cameras on the front. There's two on the bottom, two on the top. Looks like this is the single pass-through camera on the front in the middle. Adjustable strap, feels comfortable. Doesn't feel like cheap like I kind of thought it might. So far I'm kind of digging it. I can't get over how light it is. Have a look at these lenses. Oh my. You can see the size of the lenses is enormous compared to the Quest. These are index size lenses, which is pretty cool, pretty crazy. It does have the little sensor in the middle there that helps you determine whether or not you have it on or not, so it'll sleep by itself, looks like. Very cool. And now the controllers. This is a unique take on the Halo. Instead of having it around the front of the Quest controller, I kind of like this idea because you can have two controllers and you can get them very close together like my hands touch. You can't do that with a Quest. So when you're shooting guns and stuff, you can get a little bit closer. I don't know, I'm gonna have to play with it and see if that actually is the case. Compared to the Pro controllers, you can definitely feel a difference in build quality, without question. The response on the trigger on the Quest Pro is definitely a better feel. This is kind of plasticky, but it's $1,500 headset, $300 headset, $400 headset. Definitely not the same finishes as you would get on the Quest Pro itself, but you get what you pay for. You can't expect that kind of higher end quality with a $400 price tag. So let's pair this up to my cell phone. jump into the lobby or the home screen. I have no idea what to expect. So let's go check it out. Okay, so before we jump into the cell phone, I've got the app installed. We will launch it and get ready to pair with my phone. We didn't open up the little accessory box or whatever. I don't know what is in here, so let's figure it out. So in the top of the box, this feels like manuals. It is user manuals, and they come in a multitude of languages. What else we got in here? So we got, looks like a light blocking nose piece, some sort of silicone. I have no idea how that fits in there, but it looks like it'll block light. I don't know. Figure that out. Inside this box, oh, this looks like the glasses spacer. It does have some metal chunks on it, so it looks like it's magnetic. We'll give that a whirl in a second. And we have a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. Can never have enough of those. And of course, I got a European outlet because I bought this in, I'm gonna say Norway, Spain maybe, I don't remember. I bought it in Europe because they are not available in Canada. So I bought it in Europe and had them ship it to me. No, Pico did not send me a headset. And in here, looks like a couple lanyards. And I know a lot of veteran VR players that say that these are the dumbest things in the world and they never use them. But I use my lanyard every single time I play with my Quest. I don't understand why you would not. It doesn't add any... It doesn't take away any immersion or anything like that. At least not for me. And then I can put them down and let go of the controllers at any time so that I can pick up something else, my phone, or take the headset off or whatever. I can just let go of the controllers and they're on my hands the whole time. I don't have to worry about it. So yes, I do use these, and yes, I will continue to use them. So on the controllers themselves, do this while we're installing these. The battery compartment is on the back side, just like it is on the Quest. On the Quest, you really got to fiddle and push, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to take off. These guys got a little bit smarter, and it's just a little button. You pull that button down, and it just pops out. AA batteries. Should last forever. I know the Quest controller only has one battery in it, so I'm expecting these to last quite a long time. And it looks like these just kind of go around the bottom of the strap, like so. And there's your lanyards attached, ready to go. That simple. Okay, so on the headset itself, we're going to pop off the facial interface. It looks like it just fits inside a couple little holes. And it fits very easily. Very easily. That's crazy. Why can't Quest figure that out? That is crazy. And here we can actually have a better look at the lenses. They're absolutely enormous. I'll do some close-up and compare to all the headsets I have so that you can see the difference between Quest, Quest Pro, Quest 2, Pico, Index. We'll even do Acer, Windows Mixed Reality headset, and the Pimax. Just to kind of give you an overall. We might even throw a PSVR 1 in there as well, just to kind of get a look. But I'm going to put the glasses spacer on because I don't have prescription lenses for these at the moment. And it just magnets into place like, holy crap, that was cool. I've heard a lot of bad things about the facial interface, about it being very uncomfortable, so I'm looking forward to seeing if that is truly the case. The nose piece just kind of fits over top of the facial interface and drapes into this little hole here, clicks into place, and that is your light blocker for the bottom of the headset. Whether or not I'll leave that on there, I don't know. I do know on Bobo's insert, even the Kiwi insert on the Quest 2, I removed the nose piece because it drove me nuts. It's constantly tickling my face and drove me crazy. So we'll see if I keep this on the headset or not. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know. Let's try it on. Now that I got my glasses, got the glasses piece in here. Let's see how well this fits. It is a tight fit around my glasses, I tell you that. And the facial interface is definitely hard, but by no means would I say it's uncomfortable. I'm getting light bleed in through the back, and it could be because of my glasses. It's kind of pushing the facial interface away because of the bar on my glasses. But the nose piece part, I have no light bleed down here, nothing on the top, just on the sides where my glasses are. And if I were to take them off, and I'll leave that spacer in there and see if that's actually the case. Oh yeah. No light block at all. And it is definitely a more uncomfortable fit without my glasses on. That's weird. So on the top of the controller, or on the top of the headset, we've got volume rockers on this side. Volume up, volume down. Of course, the dial to adjust, very comfortable. The back piece is very hard. I would not say it's comfortable at all. The Bobo one is a million times more comfortable. I hope that Bobo comes with a cover for it or something, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't come off, doesn't look like, so I'm not sure how they can make that more comfortable. Like it looks like it's like an inch thick, and it's an inch thick right at the edge. Down here in the middle, it's a quarter of an inch thick, if that. It's hard as a rock. Definitely not padded at all. That's unfortunate. Power button is on the side here. So let's power it up, pair it to my phone, and see what it's all about. Okay, so it's doing a system update. I've attached it to my wireless network. I've paired it to my cell phone. If I double tap the right side of my screen, pass-through mode comes on. Now I can see the camera and all the things on my table. It is a true color pass-through, but it is a single lens, so it is like a really bad drug trip. It is weird. Everything kind of morphs and wobbles, and there's no depth. So my microphone and my B-haptics vest on the wall look like they are on the same plane, if that makes any sense. Like, I can't tell that this is closer than that. They look exactly the same. It's very weird. And everything moves. The camera bobbles around. I can see people getting very motion sick in this, like, extremely quickly. Everything kind of floats around. Very bizarre. I'm going to record some of this so that you can see what it is I'm looking at. It's very weird. But inside the headset itself, it's extremely familiar. I've got a bar down along the bottom with my icon, a bell for notifications, Explore, Store, File Manager, My Library. It's identical to the Quest environment. There's a quick settings button. I can grab this windows and move them around to wherever I want, just like you can with the Quest Store. The environment is kind of cool. I'm in like a living room space. You can see Earth. Looks pretty cool. The lenses are enormous, and you can really see that when you're in the headset. It's definitely still a binocular kind of view, which you're going to get with the Quest. Even the Quest Pro is kind of binocular-y. You would need to move to full PCVR headsets with a much wider field of view to get away from that, but there's no light leak at all, so it's not terrible by any stretch. Pretty clear. The IPD adjustment is manual mechanical, if you want to call it that. So if you know what your IPD is, you can go in and adjust it, or even just adjust it on the fly and see what kind of visual changes happen to a spot where you think it's more comfortable. And IPD is just increasing the distance between my lenses and decreasing them when I go the other way. Unlike the Quest, where you have to physically do it, or the Quest Pro, where you still have to physically move them, I can just push a little plus button and I can see the lenses separating. Very cool. And I happen to know that my IPD is 65, and at 65 it looks fantastic. I'm gonna run this update, and we'll come back in a minute and see if we can't do some recording inside the headset. Interesting. So I'm back in the headset. The update is complete, and things have changed. It still very much looks like the Quest. There is a new fitness, in kind of like the Quest Move or whatever that Oculus Move function is inside of the Quest universe. They have one now. It is called the Pico Fitness. Now recording, so we'll be able to pair up what I'm seeing in the headset with the video as well, so you can see a little bit of everything. So again, here's the mountainscape and the living room environment. Kind of fancy. You have teleport options where I can kind of hop anywhere I want inside space. That's cool. And of course, we can change the environment. The space capsule, this is the one where you start when you first get into the headset. Very pretty. Looks really good. Very clear. Colors are very vibrant. I have no complaints about visual clarity at all so far. It's not, pancake lenses of the Quest Pro, but it looks very nice. And then lastly, the cyber bedroom, kind of like a dorm or your quarters on a spaceship, if you will. The bed in the corner, and big television, and a big window to the outside, which is pretty neat. So what a good functionality that is a little different than the Quest is on the right controller, there's like the Pico button. It's the Oculus button, if you want to call it that. There's one on both controllers. The one on the right controller, when you single press, it takes a screenshot. When you hold it, it starts the recording. So if you wanted to, you're in the middle of a game or something and you just wanted to start recording or take a quick screenshot, you don't have to hit all those stupid buttons in order to accomplish that task. Very smart. We'll have a quick look at the store. There's tons of stuff on sale right now for Black Friday. They do have a lot of games. Some games I've never heard of. Private Property, the VR zombie shooter. I don't know what that is. I don't know what we're gonna install. Against for $10. That's cool. I might have to install that. Resist, one of my favorite games. That's awesome. But we do have one game installed already. Or set up, I should say, not installed. And it is After the Fall. Let's check it out.
Calibration.
Okay, so my good buddy Skiva from Vertigo Games got me a key for After the Fall, so we are going to jump in, check it out. It looks just like the Quest version. Like it is, it looks really good. The controllers have good haptic feel. Feels really good. I definitely don't have any complaints. I thought it would kind of suck, to be honest. I had low expectations, which I think is fair. And because of the way that their halos are, look how close I can get my hands to each other. That feels really comfortable. It's interesting. No, he's gonna kill me. So I've been playing this for about an hour, and comfort wise, I would say maybe a 5 out of 10. Maybe a 6. This facial interface is terrible. I know at the beginning I thought, you know what, it's not that bad, it's not that uncomfortable, but it is ridiculously uncomfortable. Interfaces themselves work great. The IPD adjustment is very smart. The whole fitness integration I like. The pass-through mode is handy because I can see in true color and read things. I can read what's on my phone if I wanted to read a text message. It looks terrible, but I can read it. You're now seeing a recording of what I'm seeing through color pass-through, and it is just weird. You can see how my camera seems to be moving and stuff. Just bizarre. And what I was saying about my microphone and the B-haptics vest on the wall, you can't really tell that they're not on the same three-dimensional plane. Like there's no depth whatsoever. There's only one camera, so it's kind of hard to have depth with one camera. It doesn't work. Controllers themselves feel great. They are very comfortable. They definitely have a cheaper plastic feel to them, but I didn't really expect anything different. They feel good in the hands. They have a heavier weight than I anticipated. Probably with the 2 AA batteries inside instead of one that's on the Quest 2. But other than that, the controllers feel just fine. Lanyards are comfortable. The headset itself, though, is not comfortable. It pushes against your face like a lot, to the point where it almost felt like it was bruising. And I don't have it very tight. It's just this facial interface is so hard that it pushed up against your face the whole time. Everywhere it touches it feels like a bruise almost. Like it is very uncomfortable. The good part is that it comes off. So somebody out there, Bobo, Kiwi, somebody else, make a facial interface that is not this. The way they come on and off, I love it. The light blocker attachment, little nose piece thing worked great. The lenses look great. The audio sounds great. You know, I don't really have any other complaints other than the facial interface is a pile of hot garbage, without question. So I'm gonna bring out some other headsets so that we can compare kind of apples to apples with lens size, full shape size. We'll do a whole little comparison here and see where the Pico stacks up against the rest. Okay, so here is a quick rundown of the kind of standalone headsets that are on the market. We have the Quest 1, the Quest 2, the Quest Pro, and the Pico 4. All relatively the same size. The biggest difference you're going to see is Quest 2 and Quest 1 are substantially thicker in the lens category. than something like the Pico. Like if we take the facial interface off, to see the difference in thickness between the front of the headset on a Pico compared to the Quest 2 or the Quest 1 is absolutely staggering. It is very similar to the Quest Pro, but they both do have pancake lenses, so it's really not a surprise there that they would have a similar kind of footprint. As far as lens size goes, if we looked at Quest 1, probably has the worst ones. We can see the tiny little Quest lenses inside the headset. And we can compare to those to the Pico lenses. And you can see that they're quite a bit bigger. Like it's a substantial difference between Quest 1 and Pico 4. If we moved to the Quest 2, still a substantial size difference. I'm gonna just pull my interface off so that it's easier to see. I do have Real Optics lens covers on there, but I don't want to take them off because my lenses go on there. But they really don't make the lens smaller. The fact that they are drastically smaller is the biggest difference, and they are drastically smaller. Pico wins hands down when it comes to size of lens for a all-in-one standalone VR headset. And lastly, the Quest Pro. These are close, but I think the Pico lenses are still bigger than the Quest Pro lenses, which is amazing to me for a headset that is only $400. They did a bang-up job with their lenses. They're definitely not quite as clear as the Quest Pro lenses are, but they did a good job. Definitely can't fault them for lens and size and shape of the headset. If we even compared the Quest Pro to the Pico, size-wise, they're almost identical. In width, in length, the thickness of the actual headset itself, where the lenses and stuff and all the mechanics are held, very, very similar in size. Obviously, the build quality is a little higher on this. The specs are different. We don't need to get into all that. We know they're not the same headset. But just to give you an idea of what they look like side by side, there's a Pico and a Quest Pro. There's the Pico and a Quest 2. It does have a Bobo M2 Pro head strap installed. These customizations I really appreciate, and I do miss them with my Quest Pro, and I'm going to miss it with the Quest or with the Pico 4 as well. I really wish it had a customizable options, right? Like making the strap not come off was very stupid, I think. The facial interface comes off though. That's good because that needs to be replaced. That's a pile of hot garbage. The Quest 1 or Quest 2 one is so cushy, so comfortable. The one from the Quest 1 is even super comfortable, and it was the original one that came with it. Still more padded than the Pico, and the silicone add-ons you can get from VR cover. So that's Quest 1, Quest 2, Quest Pro. Now let's compare it to a couple PCVR headsets. We'll start with a really old one. This is the Windows Mixed Reality headset from Acer. Very old headset, similar shape. This is a Halo type strap, very similar to PSVR 1. I found it extremely comfortable. Probably why I love Halo straps today, because I played hours on this headset. Even though it, compared to the other headsets of its time, and of course headsets of today, this is not a good headset. But it's all I had, and I played it on it for hours and hours. I loved it. But its lenses are even substantially smaller than the Pico 4 lenses. Pico 4 is still hitting it out of the park when it comes to lens size. These are obviously not pancake lenses either, but the field of view is abysmal on this headset. It is so small. But it was very comfortable. The Halo strap, it did pop up so you could, you know, work on your computer and set up games and stuff. And I don't know. I'm never going to throw this away. This was my very first VR headset, and I will keep it forever. The Valve Index. Now we're getting into headsets that definitely have a higher field of view, very clear lenses. The Valve Index does kind of have God rays, people call it, where they have any bright white kind of bleeds light into the far stretches of the lens. It is noticeable. To me, it's not really bothersome. The Index is a great headset. It's new to me, and I've been using it quite a bit for anything PCVR related, and I love it. To give you an idea, to compare, pull this facial interface off. We can compare lenses for the Valve Index and the Pico 4. Kind of give you an idea. They're very close in size and in field of view. And lastly, on the PCVR kind of front, I think the king of field of view, at the moment anyway, is the Pimax 8K. This is the AKX DMAS 120 megahertz or megahertz version, and its lenses are absolutely enormous. So it's definitely not a fair comparison. Compare the Pimax lenses and any other lens really, but the Pico lens itself. These Pimax lenses are absolutely huge. Like, you can't even see them all. The lens goes all the way back into the corner, way back into there. They're absolutely massive. They do have the God rays. It doesn't bother me. So I know a lot of people make a big deal out of the light rays that come off of really bright whites. Unless I'm looking for it, I don't even notice it. So to me, it's not a big deal. But this headset is a monster. It weighs twice as much as the Pico, at least. Like, it is extremely heavy. There is no question about it. But there you have it. There is a quick comparison of PCVR headsets and standalone headsets in today's market. What's available today to compare to the Pico 4 as far as shape, size, field of view, and the size of the lenses themselves. I wanted to show you the size comparison because this is a substantial lens. They did a really good job. Unfortunately, they cheaped out on the facial interface, and that is just so sad because otherwise I would say it's a home run headset, but it is very uncomfortable. And the color pass-through, I don't see it really having a point. You can't play games through the mixed reality functionality of, say, like the Quest Pro. It may be a little grainier, but at least it's true three-dimensional color pass-through, whether it's a color overlaid black and white pass-through, whatever you want to call it. It's usable. I've used it quite a bit. This is not usable. I don't even know why they even bothered. Like, make it black and white, save some money, and fix the facial interface would have been smarter. Put some padding on the back. Like, this is hard as a rock. Very uncomfortable. For a head strap that doesn't come apart, I'm very disappointed. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to use it. I will definitely use it. It might become my travel headset. I don't know. It's very small, very lightweight, easy to pack into a suitcase or carry on, which I tend to do a lot, so it'll get used for sure. Expect some reviews for games and accessories if I can find any for the Pico 4. It's not quite available in North America yet, so there isn't a giant market for these accessories and stuff. I'm crossing my fingers that beginning of 2023 that will all change and we'll have some options. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the Pico 4, about the comparison between all the VR headsets that I have with standalone headsets and PC VR headsets. If there's anything else you want me to compare or show you, by all means, just drop a comment down below and I will do my best. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way you know when we go live or drop new content. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and we will see you on the next one.